Hello, everybody, and welcome to the the Electronic Arts Codemasters Formula 1 2022. It's a 20-second game that they've released.
It's real easy.
It's a really easy title that everyone knows and loves. With me today, I have Motorsport Manager Paul Tamayo.
Hello.
And with me, I have a fresh new racer, Fūnk-é Joseph.
Yeah, hi. I developed this game. I was with the lead developer.
Oh.
Wow.
I hope it's not weird then.
Well, so here's the thing. I did voice work for the game also.
Oh.
So I think it's fine that we're reviewing it. To me,
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Why not?
Okay, I'm going to start the game up. I'm playing it on the 5th PlayStation, the PlayStation 5. That's where they sent us code. Well, I think they gave us options, but I think we all picked PS5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to open the game up right now, and here it goes.
EA Sports.
Classic EA Sports. It's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still say that? I spoke over it.
Yeah, he said it.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like.
We're just in unison.
What?
This is just the intro music.
Oh.
I've got some big news. The band finally came through.
What?
Wow, I
is
think
going
you got the Champions Edition or something. I don't have this one.
Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, no, this is just the.
This is just the regular?
This is what I opened.
Wow, so that day one patch has already hit, it seems.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
There's a place I know about
Oh
where the
my
safety car
gosh.
pulls out.
This singer sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that's wild, right?
Beyonce, Pharrell.
Beautiful.
I
voice.
think it's Pharrell.
Mm.
Girl, I can hardly wait to get a little heat in the tires.
Wow, are they British too?
Wow. That was Tires with a Y, if you didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's Tires with a
Yeah.
Y. They really want you to understand that it's Tires with a Y.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that's the opener to the game, and then it just kind of takes you directly into the main menu, which looks like this. But yeah, this is F1 2022. The new, I think it's the first F1 game released under the EA banner since EA bought Codemasters last year. I think this is their first. Oh my fucking god! Great.
Is it? I thought 21 was.
Was 21 the first one?
It might have
I
been.
didn't play that one because I didn't know about Formula 1 yet.
Yeah, that was the first one I played. I think that one might have been the first one.
Okay, so this is their second one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great because you have perspective then on what they changed year over year. But this is my first one, and this is not the screen that I kind of expected to be greeted with in the motor vehicle game F1 2022.
Excuse me,
Who are these
Motorsport.
people?
Motorsport. Now, the lady on the right is my driver,
Okay.
but she's not my driver in the story mode. She's just a driver that the game has you make. And then when you start the story mode in my team, it does not let you pick that character. It makes you
Yeah.
make somebody else.
I just realized, yeah.
Yeah, so I just have a second. I have a
So
second
these are
character.
both you.
No, the one on the left is a stranger who has come into my home. I don't know who they are.
We don't know who they are.
They show up all the time, and I don't know who they are.
Well, you got to build doors in this mansion.
There's no doors, just glass. We'll get to the car stuff in a second, but this is like the new thing. This is what they are like. This is what they're selling the game on. Is the F1 life stuff, which basically is you can make your own character and then customize this social space that looks like this.
Wow. They're really selling the luxury here because
Yeah.
I don't know too much about F1. All I know is from talking to LB and Paul at diners and stuff, like in person, and watching that like reality TV show about the drivers, Drive to Survive. But I do know that they get paid so much money, and like this whole like sport is just about money and throwing it at cars. So that's cool that they kind of leaned into that.
Yeah, and because also rich people do not have taste, obviously, which is why the house looks like this. Oh, so the game also does that a lot.
It does it a lot, huh?
What is that,
You'll
by the
be-
way? It's a loading
it's just like I need to check and make sure I'm connected to the internet, but like you're at the main menu, and it's
Yeah.
like I just got to make sure. Like you're in a menu, you're trying to like change a setting, and it's like, oh, let me just check. Okay, you're connected to the internet. Who are these people?
So these are, I think, people that either you've encountered somehow, or they're just like people who are playing the game also, who can just visit your house, because you can
Yeah.
also do
Oh.
the same.
They're named. So one of them is that's Martin. That's Jack. Where's Alex? Alex is the person sitting next to me. Lucas is looking
These are
at
real
the
terms.
page. Igor,
no,
I
AI.
think so.
It says AI.
Yeah, they're AI. Okay, so
Okay, yeah.
Igor is looking at nobody. Sitting. What is this room?
I think it's the doctor's office, maybe.
And then Sophie
Coffee is so far away.
is sitting alone. Also kind of looking at nobody. You can't rotate the camera. You cannot walk around the space either. That's
Oh.
just what you look at. Oh, okay. It's communicating. Okay,
Are y'all playing online very much with this game? I haven't.
No.
I have
played it.
I have
haven't
not
coded.
touched online yet.
Okay.
It's which makes it all the more confusing as to why it needs to check to make sure if
Yeah.
I'm online all the time.
Yeah.
So it's got like Sims-esque like we're not going to spend too much time on it. I just think it's really silly because of how bad it is.
It actually, real quick, it reminds me of like, I think it was NFL. I think it was technically ESPN football or something from like 2005, 2006, way back when. That had a very similar thing that at the time I thought was like, oh, that's really cool. Something
Yeah.
like this also popped up in, hey, look, you got an achievement or a trophy. So something like this exists in Hot Wheels Unleashed,
Yes.
which is like kind of cooler because then you can like drive through it. But yeah, this is bizarre to me because I think much like the character customization stuff, I think a lot of it is tied to a store, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's tied to the battle pass that's in this game.
Yeah, there it is.
Which costs $11. So the version of the game that they gave us, wow, you can really fuck this place up, huh?
Yep.
You can really make it look like trash.
Yep.
Should we do brick or urban gray?
Brick, because it feels like someone doesn't live in that space.
That's really
Yeah,
smart. That's
yeah.
really smart. Yeah, I think it's $11, but they gave us the Champions edition of the game, which gives you the currency to buy the stuff. So I just bought the Battle Pass. But all of the cool stuff is in the paid tier of the Battle Pass. And it also takes an unbelievably long time to level up through the Battle Pass. I think I've put in 10 hours of like into the game, and I'm not like racing online or anything. I'm only playing offline in the My Team, but I'm level 4.
Out of how many
Like-
levels?
90.
Oh.
Like a Fortnite Battle Pass. So it kind of is like it does not make it feel like the game is, oh my God, the game is not giving me anything, you know?
Yeah, I think it's very like, I don't know. It's definitely like a larger metaphor for what a lot of this game feels like. Like I think, especially in comparison to last year's game, which had like its own robust little story mode that was kind of silly but fun to at least experience. And there were like other things I believe like classic cars and really cool features that were kind of swapped out for this, and then the supercars thing,
Yeah.
which I don't love. I also feel like they're kind of throwaway for me. I don't know if I'm
They
going to
are
really interact with them
absolutely-
at all.
They are so throwaway. And there's like, so there's, I do want to say one thing. I changed the art, and I'm realizing that it changes. There's only one option for all of the art.
Oh.
It's all the same picture in every single frame. I changed just one of them, but it changed all of the art everywhere.
Huh.
Who and it also changes every table. Who wants this?
Yeah.
Who is this for?
Right.
Okay, so we'll go over to solo and we'll do a Pirelli hot lap.
Yes, I want to see a race.
Well,
So there
What was
you'll
that?
see. You'll see.
so there's just a bunch of expensive cars that are not that you're like, why do you have these in here? It very clearly is like a model lift from another Codemasters game where they were like, we can put these in the game. We'll just ask McLaren if we can put it in the game.
Right.
And McLaren was like, okay. So you pick we'll do an average speed zone. Now, we'll do it on normal because I will be playing with a slight delay because I'm playing it through the feed that oh cool, it's raining.
That's
Through
how you
the
want to
feed
play this game, for
that
sure.
the Elgato is coming through. So if I crash, it's not my fault because otherwise I'm perfect at this game.
Right.
Do you have the wheel, by the way? Are you using the wheel?
I have the wheel. I have not used it because I don't have a
Oh God!
There you go.
Well,
Let's
Oh
go.
no!
well,
Yeah,
Well.
buddy.
yeah. Okay, failed.
Zoom.
Disqualified.
I have a wheel, but I don't have the seat thing to like attach it because I'm playing it on PS5 and my PS5 is under my TV. Why am I driving on the gravel?
Just gonna park it over here.
But Paul is using the wheel, right?
Yeah, I've actually been doing a bit of both, like kind of like 50-50. Up until I think a couple days ago, I started really going at it on the wheel pretty hard. But I will say, because I do like to play this on my couch, on my big TV in the living room, and playing it with the DualSense. That's the reason why I think I requested a PS5 code because I've had such a good time playing Gran Turismo 7 casually, both like on a controller and on the wheel. Because there are days where I just like don't want to be that like locked in. I don't need that.
Yeah,
I just
it's
want
not
to
that
maybe get a
serious.
race in. Yeah, it's not that
It
serious.
is rarely that serious.
Yeah, for sure. So I will say playing it on a DualShock or DualSense, excuse me, is pretty good. I like it. I think it works really well.
Oh shit, LB's here. LB, you walked into the F1 life zone.
Whoa.
Welcome. Welcome to my home.
What's up? Hi, I was just talking to some PR people about their many racism incidents.
Wow.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot
that's
Are we
this week.
doing a
timely.
bit that we're all in F1?
Well, yeah, we're all in that. This is my house, LB.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
This is
nice
where I
house.
live. Yeah, here's
I love
another
your
angle
coffee
of it.
table.
Oh, you like the coffee table? Would you like to see another one? That's
But you
the
can
rooms are the
customize your
same.
house?
You can customize your house, yeah. Well, that's good
Can
because
you
I have
make it
another
not-
one of the coffee tables.
Like a
Not
stupid
ugly?
glass McMansion?
No, it's the only one you have.
So you're just gonna
there's
have
a
the
third
cocaine
coffee table.
Hollywood Hills lifestyle.
Yeah, you know the
Yeah.
house
Kinda
at
built
the
in.
end of Bohemian Rhapsody. That
No, I've never seen that film.
You know the house in Incredibles 2 that they live in?
Never seen that film.
Yes.
Oh my God. Thank you, Fūnk-é. It looks like that. This is what the house in Incredibles 2 looks
True.
like.
True.
Yeah, if you want one of
Damn.
those coffee tables, Niki has like 5 extra ones in the
Yeah, I
back
have
somewhere.
so many because every time you change one object, if it appears in multiple places, it changes all of them.
Oh, that's fun.
So so every light bulb is about to turn into this bad light bulb.
I love this. Like, I mean, I guess for someone, this is the fantasy, right?
Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
finally you're unbelievably rich, so you too can have a tacky house.
Is there driving in this game, or is it just kind of like
Is there
bad The
what?
Sims? Driving?
Yeah, there are cars.
Have I missed
oh my
the driving?
God. No,
Did it come too late
no,
for that?
no. I tried to
Niki
do a
crashed.
supercar race, but I crashed a lot because I was trying to do it with a delay. But now I'll do a real car.
Okay.
Let's go. It's Australia. This week is Australia.
You're all
Oh.
professionals. What's the difference between a car and a supercar?
What do you think the difference is?
Superman drives one? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a really
that's
good
it.
Yeah.
answer.
That's good.
That's
That's it.
Okay.
Supercars. So it's basically like the way it's tiered. It's honestly like tiered like you would tier a thing in a video game. So it's like there's cars,
Like
there's
road
sports
cars.
cars. Yeah, there's like those are road cars. Like the car that you and I have. Well, not you specifically. That you and I have.
I can't
That's
drive.
like a road car. After road car is like a sports car. So that's if you're getting a Porsche from the
Okay,
Porsche
so
dealership.
all cars in F1 are
Yeah, they're race
supercars.
cars.
No, they're race
No.
cars.
Yeah. You can't
They're
drive them on
at
the
the
road.
top. A hypercar or a supercar, in theory, you could
That's
drive
like
on
when
the
you
street.
see they're shaped, but they're closed.
shouldn't.
They're shaped like a more or less like a normal car. They're just very powerful and meant to go very fast.
Mhm.
meant to go very fast.
Yeah.
So look, here I'll show you because I think there are scans of all of the communicating with online.
Like a Lamborghini?
Is that a
Yeah.
supercar or a
Yes.
sports car?
It depends on the flavor
yeah.
of Lamborghini machine.
Yeah, they
that
have
you
a
get.
they have a supercar too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let's see. Pirelli Hot Laps. No. Where do you think you go, Paul, to see all
I think
of
you
the...
do you go to the online
Oh my
services?
fucking God. To see all of the...
Yeah, supercars.
Yeah, supercars. Okay, so these are supercars. Like, this is a supercar. Now, I hear what
Yeah.
you're saying, Fūnk-é. This looks like a regular car to me.
It does.
Yeah, it goes faster, so that's why it's different.
Mm-hmm. It's got a V12
You can also
engine.
tell because they all only have 2 doors. That's another good way to tell if a car is fast.
Doors slow
Like, the
you
fewer
down.
the doors, the faster it is.
Yeah, what's a back seat? Yeah.
Doors slow you down. Oh, shit, I can put cars inside?
Yeah, you can put the
You can
cars
save up
in.
to buy the
Yo,
cars and just get
alright.
them automatically.
Who would do this?
Okay, so
Well-
the game, sometimes when you back out... Yeah, Paul, I can't figure out what procs the unlock. Do you know?
I think the codes that we got just gave us a bunch of like currency and stuff. I think we got like the Champions edition or something
Yeah.
like that. So we could just like unlock all of them. I think if you like complete certain challenges and just kind of naturally progress through the game, I think it gives you that currency. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I started with the digital silver spoon in my mouth when I started this game up.
Already rich.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to put the car here by hitting
Yep.
add car, and it's just
You
making
unlock
me
it, then you
unlock
can put it next to your pool.
cars. I own supercars. Oh, they make
Okay.
you spend all of the credits you have first,
Oh, and we get the actual
that's
like
fun.
proper safety cars. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the ones they use in the races.
which is cool. You can drive these. So now there's just a car has appeared in my house. Another car has appeared in my house. Is that woman on the other side of the glass?
Oh, I thought that was a mirror.
No, I
Like
think
a
she's on the.
vampire
I don't
checking
think.
out the car.
Or yoga mat.
I don't think she's allowed.
Yes.
I love to
think
look
it's
at
a
my
pool.
AMG
It could be a bowling alley.
I
through
think
my
they-
glass wall when I swim.
I
At
think they
least-
should let her come out.
Yeah. At least they're doing stuff together now instead of just staring at the wall. and
Yeah,
sitting
that's
in a
true.
chair.
Yeah, because
Wow, look
before they
look at that
oh,
wheelbase.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's
Oh, look,
fun.
yeah, they're all in one room now.
Finally.
Oh my fucking God. We're gonna get into a race so it stops telling me to do this. I spawned. The more cars you have in your house, the more people show up.
That dude nodding
is-
like, yep, that's a car.
That's a car. That right there.
Checks out.
There's only 2 doors. That's maybe's fast.
Let me get my iPhone out.
Okay, let's actually look at a Formula One vehicle. It's Australia weekend in real life. That's not true. But I'm currently doing the career mode, my team. Paul, you're also doing the career mode, but you started in F2, right?
Yeah. So I did this. So specifically, like you're choosing to handle like R&D and the development of the car, which is essentially like a motorsport manager style thing where
Yeah.
you have to manage like the budget and like upgrading facilities and literally like researching and developing parts for the car, which this time around I chose not to do. I'm kind of saving a lot of that energy for F1 manager, which I'm actually really looking forward to.
Yeah. Which I did not
but-
realize was a separate game.
Yeah,
But
it's an entirely separate game.
It's
Yeah.
real, like, remember when Madden would release Madden and then head coach, like NFL head coach 09 or whatever? It's like like that.
It's so good though. Like if you've never played an F1 manager game and you want to learn about the sport, it's like it's a great way to learn about it. But I started in F2 just because I was having trouble reacclimating to the F1 games after having played like, I don't know, at this point hundreds of hours of Gran Turismo. But yeah, so essentially what you're looking at right here in your own career mode is like all of what I just said. So as you progress through the game and kind of move from race to race, you decide to spend money on a particular thing that also can improve like the driver performance, so like your own like skills. So it's really deep if you want it to, but you can also start a career and choose not to do that, which I decided to do this time around because again I'm saving a lot of that energy for the other game.
Yeah. I didn't know that other game existed until after I started my save.
Yeah.
The game does not let you change your mind.
Oh no.
So, which is fine. Like, I think some of like this stuff is cool.
It is
I
cool,
feel like
yeah.
eventually I will just be like, I wish there's a do it for me button. But that's not an option so far. One thing that does frustrate me with this mode is that they have all these sponsors,
Equinox
right?
is a real
But
company.
none of them are real companies.
Oh, it's not.
No, but it's not the gym. No, it's just a different company called Equinox. Like, what is that?
Gedankenübertragung.
LB, you speak German.
Gedankenübertragung.
What does that mean?
Something, thanks, super Tragon. Thanked super Tragon.
Okay, that's really helpful.
I don't speak
Sure.
German.
This is just
PhD,
like
yeah,
a Photoshop document.
Polor.
Yeah.
And these are the only options that you have to.
Wait, let's go back and. Did you already
customize
guess
your
what you think all
car,
these companies do?
which is
Yeah.
really frustrating. I
Yeah.
think most of them are
yeah,
like
I
hype
think
houses.
Highland is like
that's
hype
the
house,
vibe
but
that I
for,
get
like
from
sports, climbing out REI, but like
for like
a TikTok house.
outdoorsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but cool.
Loop is like
Ooh.
that looks like a K-pop group logo, honestly.
Loop might be or like an A24 esque
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of movie studio, you know.
I see it. I see
But
it.
also,
Lupo
how are you gonna
Industries
have
is
Loop and Lupo?
werewolf things? Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving evil
it's like
corporation
werewolf
vibes.
logistics.
Yeah, definitely.
Werewolf
ugly
logistics, that's really
sunglasses.
good. Opaque.
It's important.
Yeah.
This is a Photoshop document. This is just a paint company.
That's true.
It's just spelled paint wrong.
But they hurt every time they paint. That's the thing with the paint. You really get their emotions into
Which
it.
one of these do you think is a
Polor?
crypto? Is like Zenetto and the two Italian ones. At the end are
Distort
both,
might
like,
be a
shoes or
crypto.
something.
Yeah, there's shoes and
You
sunglasses.
didn't have
is kind
sunglasses
of the
yet
vibe
in
that
either
I
of those
get.
years, I don't think.
Oh, in the 1700s?
Just goggles. They started as
Just
a goggles company.
Can you imagine being the first guy to put sunglasses on?
What you do?
Everyone's like, you stupid
Why are you
idiot.
taking our stained
Why are you
glass
putting those
trash
dark
and putting
things
them over
on
your
your
eyes?
So you can look at everything blue? Why do you want that? Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show off the kind of the motorsport managey stuff. So like Paul said, you can spend money. Yesterday I asked my engineers to make a new front wing, and they fucked up. Mm-hmm. So I just wasted $1 million.
But it does happen. in
Yeah,
motorsport.
motorsport.
Right.
That just happens sometimes. So
Yeah.
that stuff is cool, but as Paul said, if you're actually more interested in doing that part of the game, you should probably just wait for F1 Manager to come out. But let's hit a track and hit a car. Well, ideally we won't hit a car. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want
we
to try to
shouldn't.
avoid the cars.
Yeah. Okay. Now what I don't want to do is do 3 full races. All right, where are we going?
Let's do fucking Silverstone.
Dakota, Miami.
Do
The
they have
UK.
Montreal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
want to do
yeah.
Montreal? All right, we're going to Canada.
We.
Who are we picking? We've
Lewis.
got Lewis. The cars look good.
You can zoom in real close,
You
get
can get pretty
real
close.
close to it.
Like that's like uncomfortable. Like I feel like that's gonna come out of my TV, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like you have all of these sponsors in the game very clearly because you had to when you scanned the thing, you scanned all of the crypto companies on the sides of these fucking cars.
Real.
You scanned all this shit in.
You
So
wanna
why
have
do I have to
Tezos,
use fake
just like
crypto
real
companies
Max
instead of real
Verstappen.
ones? You know.
And Bybit.
Yes. Just like real Max Verstappen.
Lord
I want the
Dave.
Bad Bunny
I want
album on my
wheels
wing.
to be the Chrome logo.
Oh yeah. I
Like,
want
why
the
do
Bing.
you-
I want Bing wheels.
Yeah, Bing wheels. Let me have Bing wheels. One thing that this has done that I think I did not realize until I watched a video last week. When you look at the cars,
Yeah.
they're very different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why like at the beginning of the season, this particular season, when because everyone's trying to figure out different designs, everyone was freaking out at like look at the Ferrari side pods.
Like,
it
this
looks
is
like a
nuts.
bathtub.
Like
yeah,
it's like
look
a
at that.
bathtub. Like you can go swimming in that guy.
Yeah.
For birds. But all of the cars look very, very different. Like AlphaTauri does not even use. Well, do they? No
You
one's
could,
quite sure.
That's a good point though, because I was looking at the McLaren one in particular, because I'm like, why? Like, what did they fuck up? Because they even admitted recently, like,
Yeah, what
oh
did you
yeah,
do?
the rest of the year we're just gonna try to do whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and you're like, oh yeah, they like really fucking missed the assignment, I guess.
Yeah.
Like when you look at their side pods versus everyone else, it's like, I don't know, it's
Like,
weird.
we'll figure the air will figure itself out, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
how
don't
that
know.
goes. We'll just put holes in it.
We'll
and
just
it'll be
drive
fine.
fast.
And then this is the car that I made. You can't make any customization to the side pods. It kind of is like you change no like cosmetic changes. So like you can research different, like you'll get like a side pod improvement by 10%. And what that does is it changes a slider somewhere, but the car never looks any different. Which is kind of a bummer. Because, like, considering all of the variety that exists, it would be pretty cool if you could select any of these parts individually to kind of, like, Frankenstein your own F1 car together with, like, your own wing or...
So
I don't know.
that's not a feature at all. It's just
No.
pre-made cars.
Yeah, they're all pre-made cars, which is wild to me.
I think I feel like I'm not too deep into the F1 universe, but wouldn't fans prefer something like that, like customizing cars rather than customizing like a living space?
So,
You'd think,
Paul,
right?
you played the last one. Like, these additions, do you care about them?
No.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of,
what I thought.
I think ultimately it speaks to where I land with the game, as a whole. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they maybe prioritize the wrong things, but you can also kind of feel the EA
Yes.
stuff kind of influencing, like leaking into the rest of the game, where like the F1 life, the character customization stuff, and the supercar stuff. I mean, I think the supercar stuff might be kind of cool for folks who might be interested in that, but for me, it just makes me want to play Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
like I
'cause
would
it's
rather
way-
just boot
it's
that
way
up.
better
Oh, my
there.
boys.
Like
Yeah.
it's got to do all of the
What have they
things that
done
you
to
want
my
it to
boys?
do. Yeah, they all look really
They
sad.
made Max Verstappen look like normal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then they made everyone else look like shit. Like they gave him
Yeah,
these
that's fucked
big
up.
like anime eyes.
yeah. What's wrong with Sergio? Why are Sergio's eyes
looking over
pinned
there.
to the right side of his head?
Yep. Yep.
Forever? Is that how he's just stuck like that? That's tough. That's boat ass.
Like
This does not look like
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay,
bad
Max.
skins.
Oh,
K-Mag, your
what did
hair.
they do?
K-Mag just
K-Mag.
upset.
That they still look better
Oh,
than whatever
so
they did
sad.
to Pierre and Yuki. Pierre and Yuki got
Grumpy.
like, I don't know. They did them.
Yeah, they got shafted. They might not have been able to
Like,
show
I
up.
don't
or
know who
something.
that is.
Yeah.
Or just-
But yeah, like on that point, Paul, it's like I feel like this is such a missed opportunity. I think like the
Totally.
next, like last season, this season, and probably next season are probably going to be like the most important 3 seasons in modern F1 history. Probably because of the amount of people who are new to the sport coming in off of the Netflix show.
Yeah. Myself included.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't understand how this game isn't, here's what the fuck F1 is.
Right. Yeah, you
There's
would think it would
literally-
be.
You literally start the game and there's no explanation as to what Formula One is, why it's cool, or who any of the guys are in it.
Yeah.
It just is
Yeah.
like, it just is. Like, this is just what it is. There's no tutorialization basically at all. It doesn't explain to you that,
Well,
like,
so just sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
so there is, but it's literally just like PDFs. Like you have to just like flip
Oh.
through digital PDFs in
that's
the menus.
awful.
And yeah, I agree like 1,000%. I feel like this is such a, like I wrote about it a while ago during the preview period, but I feel like, it's unfortunate because if you spend the time and the legwork to like really do the research and understand the game and the mechanics behind it, it's amazing. Like it can really it can really help like solidify and strengthen your like fascination with the sport. It can teach you the tracks turn by turn, and like it's really cool to actually like watch a race and be like, oh yeah, I know what that, I know what the Fisher Price version of that feels like. I know what it feels like to take that turn or that long straight, and there is a really, really interesting opportunity here to like onboard people into the sport and learn about the sort of mechanics behind it all. But it still feels like such a niche thing that I really wouldn't recommend to like new fans unless you want to spend the time, both playing other games and watching a shit ton of YouTube videos. But if you do, like, the game is actually pretty great.
Yeah. Wow, here we are. This is what it looks like to be Lewis Hamilton. Just looking at the dicks of guys a lot.
That's how we come back to this shit.
You heard it here first.
I'm dead.
It's not, I'm not wrong. What
Put
is he
it on
doing
the
right
box.
now? When he's in the car, that's how high he
dicks
is.
are out.
Yeah, but he's looking in the dick area. Anyway, you
looking
can't.
at the pockets or belt buckles of different guys. Come on.
I guess
Sorry,
the dick
go ahead.
is blocked out by the rearview mirror.
Actually,
I guess that's true.
Here, let's pivot. This is actually a good example of a lot of what the game does not tell you.
Yeah.
So I started recently racing in this cockpit view, and I didn't realize that you could just jump into the settings and go to like the camera settings and actually like customize the field of view and the like the angle,
word?
the height. Yeah, the height of the camera, the angle with like where it's
camera
looking.
Customization.
It's really, really like deep, and you can make
you can
it
turn
feel.
off the halo?
You could turn off the halo if you wanted. Yeah.
Yo.
Just
Wow.
die. Yeah.
Wow. No.
Well,
I think the
it's
halo's
just-
still there. It makes
okay.
the column go away.
Yeah, it's implied.
Got
Yeah,
it,
an
got it,
implied
got it.
halo. Yeah, like there are so many things that the game doesn't tell you. One of the first things that I feel like this game should tell you is to trust the car, because like the racing line is like this game will hit start. This game has a racing line like every racing game does. Fuck, that's fine. Well,
It also it doesn't teach you how to do this except for like some text on screen as you're starting.
yeah, it doesn't
Imagine
explain
Lewis
to you how
Hamilton
you're
doing that.
Wait, am I done? Oh yeah,
got
okay,
disqualified.
disqualified. Well, because I didn't have control and I can't hit start.
I
Where-
saw you controlling it.
Well now I don't have control. They took it away from me when I hit Charles. Can I start over?
You should be able to, yeah.
Well, that's it.
You're like, yes!
Well, they have the same lady a couple times
That's
in
their
the
race.
Red Bull.
Well, that's what people
it.
look like. All right, let's look at the. That was an incredibly fast Canadian
Wow.
Grand Prix. That was
Bummer.
incredible.
I really like that track.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to drive.
Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
They don't
hit
explain how to
anyone
do
time.
this.
They should explain how to do this though.
Yeah, they should. I had to YouTube. I had to watch a video
tutorial?
on YouTube. It's, yeah,
That's
and then
rough.
I just turned it on. I put the you can do like assisted start if you go into like I
fuck
think
ass.
it's assists or simulation settings.
Oh, it's fine. Warning. The game is also. I did not know that, Paul. Ah, wow. You know what? Hey, folks.
Oh.
Paul, you're gonna have to talk on this one.
Okay,
While
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
driving the car.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got
that's
you.
fair. That's
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
fair.
I got you. Yeah, so I had a really hard time with the race starts, and I had like tried the YouTube tutorial. I still don't necessarily understand it completely, so I put the assist, like the starting assist. I think you have to do it before the race. I think it's a simulation setting, but
Sorry,
yeah.
the game does this all the time too, where you're like in the middle of one thing, and then you click a button to look at a different menu, and then they're like, "Here's another tutorial. I know you're in the middle of a race right now, but here's what sprint weekends are."
But that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that it shows you stuff because it seems like it doesn't show you a bunch of
Well,
things.
no,
about
but
this
I
game.
can't change any of this.
yeah, you can't change it once you're in there.
So it's like, why are you showing it to me now? Like after I've already picked and started. The
Maybe
thing.
it automatically does that and it just doesn't know, which is irritating. But it is good that it shows it to you like at a relevant point.
Yes.
Because what I hate is in a loading screen when it's just like, here's the information we didn't tell you.
Yeah.
While
Yeah,
it's loading, by the way. while we're here waiting.
While we're
like that,
here.
I that drives me crazy. But that's
Yeah.
that's actually good timing.
Loading screens. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Paul.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just saying loading screens are best when it's just like a fun tip or a bit of the lore or like some
Yeah.
history about cars. Maybe.
The car
Yeah.
lore.
Yeah, show me like
Carlo.
a fun guy from the past.
All right,
No place for vital info there.
K-Mag.
Yeah, I think it's becoming like more clear that this game in particular, I hope it's like I hope they kind of like revitalize the engine and stuff like that. Not to say that it's bad in any way, but you can tell it is starting to age a bit. And I think even just like the UI and the menus leave a lot to be desired because, again, to me, like if you're new to sim racing or even just like arcade sim racing, like the gold standard for me is always going to be GT because that's what I grew up with. That's what taught me a lot of the stuff. And it really sucks when you're excited to get started on a game like this. And I've had some folks tell me like, this is really hard. Like, I don't know how to fucking play this game.
Because they don't tell you. So, oops. You know what? That didn't happen. Though. I did that on purpose so I could show off the flashback feature.
Yeah. This is good.
Oh,
So you can
Nice.
advance through time and go backwards in time. So this is right before I killed. Is this K-Mag?
I think it's Schumacher.
nope, that's
That's
Mick.
Mick.
That's young
All right,
Mick.
so that's right before I ended Mick's life, and then we're gonna go back, and we're gonna
Didn't
pick it
end
up
his life,
right
he's fine.
here. All right, see, we're
Okay.
good. What? Nothing even happened.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So like it does.
That's handy.
It doesn't even explain what the how the racing line works.
Very nice.
Thank you. That's a good overtake. So there are a lot of times where like because I have not played one of these before, I'm like, okay, all right, all right. You want to go, Mick? Mick, you want to go? Fuck off.
Let's go.
It doesn't like the thing that I have learned the most is that if you trust the car to use downforce, the car will usually go the place that you're trying to point it. But then the game is like with the visual representation of the racing line is like you need to be on the brake the entirety of the time you're through this corner, which is not
Not always true.
not
yeah.
always true.
You said downforce?
Right.
Yeah. Is where you go so
Fūnk-é
fast.
taking notes right now.
Yeah, downforce. You go so fast, air push you down, stick to ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I think the game, again, I'm going to keep harping on this because I still consider myself relatively new. I've only been playing these games for like, it's a year, but people have been playing this kind of stuff for like their entire lives, it feels like. And I think the game just automatically assumes that you understand all of these concepts, and which is why I always say like definitely if you want to play this game, you are gonna, if you want to get better at it and turn assists off and up the difficulty for the AI, you are gonna have to do a lot of that legwork on your own. And but there are ways to there are things in the game that will teach you like tracks and certain things, but they're placed in these very weird sections of the game. So like, if you start a career mode and you can specify like what sessions you'll be doing prior to the race. So like in a real race weekend, for example, there's practice 1, practice 2, practice 3, qualifying, and then the race itself. And those practice sessions are really, really helpful if you need time to like actually learn the track and learn the car. And if you want to get, that deep, like tune the car a certain way to like, make it better for that specific track. But it's unfortunate that like it's hidden. It doesn't really go out of its way to teach you that stuff. And there are like race programs that you can actually engage with that will like teach you the racing line and that have gates on the racing line. But it doesn't do more beyond that. Like it doesn't teach you how to like brake properly. It doesn't really teach you how to carry momentum through a turn. Like, a lot of that stuff honestly, I would just recommend, if you have a PlayStation at least, play Gran Turismo and like learn the basics of it.
Yeah, like the GT tutorial system is like the gold standard now for me for these games.
Yeah.
Because like it even if you are a person who has played those games before, those are exercises that you should be doing anyway.
For sure,
right?
It's like fundamentals.
Yeah, so it's like it's not even that frustrating that the game is like, here's how to stop.
Right. Yeah.
You need to practice that anyway. But this game is like, I set the fastest lap, I'm the best.
Nice.
Let's go.
This game is like, you'll figure it out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, how am I gonna figure it out though?
I don't know why developers do that, because like that's something that really irks me. I was talking to some friends about that lack of tutorialization in fighting games actually last night.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And Tekken 7 is another
That
like
didn't count.
ooh.
That one didn't
Didn't
happen.
happen. Didn't
It's
happen.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Tekken 7
worry
is
about
another like long-running series that the developers expect people to know the beginnings.
Yeah.
Like I tried to get into that game pretty late, and there's just no real tutorialization of anything. But my friends who play it are like, if you really want to know, you can look it up, like watch a YouTube video and
like, I
see
can't
all that.
do that,
And it's like,
though.
yeah, it's in the game. Like, didn't I just buy this thing?
EA
Shouldn't-
Sports, it's in the game. Where is
The
it?
game.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be teaching me? And especially like as y'all were talking about, like Drive to Survive, F1 is getting more popular and popular. Onboarding is a thing that should be a high priority. Like I think you should make that experience welcoming to everyone. Quite honestly.
Totally.
You see
Yeah,
this
I-
menu in the
yeah.
bottom right-hand corner, which I think is like one of the worst bits of UI I've ever seen in a video game.
I'm
Oh,
looking.
God. yeah.
Well, hold on. I gotta go back because I hit a wall allegedly. The game, Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, does not actually explain what any of this shit means.
Nope.
That's really
Yeah,
frustrating.
So it's
So,
like
uh,
some of it is like obvious, like okay. Oh, also it's like a nightmare to navigate.
While you're while you're racing.
While
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
driving, they expect me to press circle and then use the D-pad while I'm going 200 miles an hour to ask the engineer to give me some advice.
Updates and stuff. Yeah, so I think you can actually do like voice control too, which is helpful, I will say. But yeah, like the only way to get any kind of information about that stuff is if you do like the practice programs, because the engineer will tell you like, pull up your whatever it's called.
Sorry. That is absolutely true. I cut the quarter and then the guy came on the radio and was like, I'm going to need you to stop cutting quarters. But yeah, it's like this one is very clearly okay. All right. That's fine. It's
Would
fine.
this menu be easier for a wheel? Do you think it was developed for that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for
to-
sure.
okay,
It is
okay.
a little bit easier on the wheel, but you know, and to a degree, you're
That's
kind
fine.
of like, if you know, while you're messing with that menu while you're driving, it is kind of like a bit of like what the drivers actually do. Like they do a lot of stuff with the buttons on the wheel, and they're
there's a
like,
shit ton of buttons on the
oh my god, it's a
camera.
nightmare.
Look at how many buttons are on this fucking wheel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, this is.
that's a lot.
Oh
of
no.
things. No,
I
you're
shouldn't have
amazing.
changed that in the middle of the race.
You're doing great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like very clearly like this one is how much damage the car has taken, how much health the car has, right? And it's like, okay, this is I think brake temperature and
Yeah.
tire temp on the inside and the outside. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
I don't know.
Like your engine?
Yeah, but like, what do the letters mean, LB?
They're how all the parts are doing,
Oh, Max Verstappen won.
right?
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, but what is CE? What's E at? Oh, well, it's gone. It doesn't matter. We'll never know. The middle engine.
Oh, and there's also like, so again, I know we're like harping on the negatives of this game, and
Yes.
I think I'll spend some time with the stuff that I do like, but there's also like stuff that the game doesn't really tell you about unless you're really familiar with the real life version of that, like DRS or like the energy recovery system. Like
Yeah.
there are things that you can actually manually control if you wanted to, but the game by default, if you're just starting off, it just turns all that off and it just handles it for you, which I still have like DRS and ERS like, you know, automatically being handled because I just don't have the brain power to do that, to manage that. But I think like the game sort of expects you to slowly turn off assists like little by little, which I think is great. But most of the experience of F1 2022 so far for me, again, as someone who's still considers himself a beginner, it still feels like you're kind of walking around on your own in the dark and just pushing buttons to figure out what works best and you know, trying to constantly calibrate the experience to give you a challenge but also feel fun. You know, like I wish the game helped you out a bit better.
Yeah,
it's like my main.
There are also
yeah,
games that
complaint.
are like, I'm trying to think of one. They're in Madden. They have this in Madden, where if you pick a difficulty that the game thinks is too high relative to the how you're playing, the game is like, hey, I think you would have a better time on a lower difficulty.
Right.
To like, so you can figure out how to play the game. Or the other way, it's like if you're too low, the game is like, hey, you're you're doing incredibly. You should probably try to like bump the settings up to make the game more difficult because you might have more fun instead of blowing people out all the time. And this game does not do that, and it feels like that because it just doesn't have the systems or the means to do it. But the car racing in it feels really good.
Oh, it's real
like
good.
When you're driving the cars, it's like hell yeah, dude. Like you do an overtake and you're like, damn.
You feel like
did
Lewis
that
Hamilton.
overtake. Yeah.
Yeah. I sent Niki a video before of like me running Silverstone because that's actually this weekend, and it feels amazing. Like I put it to a point where it's like, I started I think in 5th, I dropped down to 8th, and then I actually finished on the podium, which was like, it was so thrilling, and even when I bump up the difficulty even more and I managed to finish in the points, like 10th position onward, it feels like an accomplishment, and there is something to be said about, oh my god. Wow. That's that.
I got run off the road. That wasn't my fault.
But like the actual racing, I want to say too, like the replays and stuff, like it looks a little rough around the edges. You can tell where, again, like I said, this is being built off of, I'm assuming, like some older tech, but it still looks pretty great in my opinion. I didn't really mess around with the VR stuff on PC just because I knew I would get nauseous, but for the most part, I am having a really, really great time with the game as like my own sort of learning tool, like that I have to really put in the legwork to do a lot of the research for. But what if you do, and if you're willing to go that extra mile, pun intended, it is really, really fun. It is really, really cool to like experience, again, a Fisher Price version of the real thing, but it's still exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you, like Paul said, if you put the time in, you can get stuff out of it. Also, remember how I've tweeted multiple times that I feel like I could do it, just get in the car, just drive it around. How hard could it be?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
I can't even do it in this. Also, this is a racing incident where it's kind of hard to tell. I've started watching YouTube videos. There's a subreddit called There's
I think I know what you're talking about.
There's a subreddit where people post replays and then they ask whose fault an incident is.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
Wait, we have to decide here.
Yeah, okay, let's figure out whose
See.
fault this one is.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go all the way back to the start.
Okay,
right?
Well,
yeah, this is me. Well, it's because there's kind of a lot of accidents kind of in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a first. You got a lot of action.
It's turn 1.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're going to have here... Now, I don't think this part is going to be my fault, because I think it's either Esteban or... who's the other lad?
Fernando.
Yeah, I think one of those lads... They're not going fast enough, clearly. So, like, I'm going to... That's not on me, Like, I'm just giving them a little push.
That's just a bump draft. Yeah.
And I'm
There's
passing
nothing by
Pierre.
Yahoo?
I guess.
Sorry.
I didn't know zombies could sponsor companies. Could
Right?
sponsor an F1 team, but that's incredible.
You're kind of pushing the car for him.
Yeah, but it's
you're
like
kinda
Paul said,
helping
it's a
him
bump
out.
draft.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
working
It's
now,
your
together.
fault, but you're helping him.
yeah, so
That's
now
my
we've got
determination as a steward.
It's like NASCAR.
all right. So here, this part, I will say,
Where were you going?
where I
What
snap
happened?
where I snap the wheel hard left here, that one I'm gonna take.
Yeah,
That one's on me.
That's you.
Where I clip here, but I recover pretty good. I drive into the part that I thought was a body of water when I was watching it on TV. And then I get back on the course. I push Pierre out.
Oh,
That's
Pierre.
fine. And then
teammate.
here we go. Okay, so now this part again,
That's
I'm just
on
getting
you.
back into. I'm
That's on
getting
you.
back. I'm getting back into the bump draft. That's
Why
good.
are
I
you
don't
hurting
need the
him?
front wing.
Yeah.
And that's
You do
okay.
need that.
We're
That's
gonna
on
take
you.
now. Okay,
That
so
was your fault.
now this I think is the wall's fault.
That's the
coming
wall's
here.
fault, clearly. Yeah.
Because like all I'm trying to
Oh,
do is like
turn,
take this
turn.
corner, right? And yeah, so see, that's like a problem. Like,
Why is it
that's gonna be a
placed there?
problem. Exactly, Fūnk-é, thank you. Because it just takes my wheel completely off. And like I just
Boing,
don't
boing,
think that's I just don't think that's fair to me. The wheels don't detach in this game. there's like an invisible string that keeps the wheels on the car.
Okay.
Which I guess is because that's good, right? Wait, hold on. This
Oh,
is
that
good.
doesn't look good.
This
That
is
doesn't
good.
look
This is
good.
good.
Oh, that's perfect.
This is what you
That's the
want,
thumbnail
right?
for the video. Yeah.
Hold on, let me get into
Yeah, get a screenshot of
let me
that.
get into this.
Oh, photo mode. Oh, the photo mode's pretty
God.
good. I
Yeah,
will say
the photo mode is pretty good.
Oh, this is
Let me
awesome.
Is it as good as as Gran Turismo 7 though? Because that's a really
No.
good photo mode.
Yeah, no, probably not.
It's not.
Oh, that's pretty sick though.
It's pretty sick though, right?
That's
Fashion meets
great.
function.
Let's hit the screenshot
On the
button
side
right
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fashion meets function.
Is that their
That's-
slogan?
Yeah, AlphaTauri, I didn't know this, Elby told me, is Red Bull's fashion brand. Red Bull owns an H&M.
What?
It's like fancy.
Terminal
yeah.
damage.
It's like really expensive Zara.
Well, folks, that's F1 2022. Does anyone have any other questions?
When are you going pro?
Never.
Okay.
I think it uploads all of your race history to the FIA. So
They
I'll
just
never
look so
be able to
fucking
race.
Weird. Does guys always look this weird in these games?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they do. It's because they try to like. Also, the celebration is the same for every single
The
person
same
for every
exact
single race.
celebration. Yeah.
And there's also like you said, Elby, there's duplicates of the people. Like they couldn't make more than 6 guys.
It's because the cars look so clean.
Do you
Yeah,
get to
look
do
at how
that?
wet
Are you controlling it?
He's getting.
See, that would be fun if you get to control the.
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the celebration, like in EA's other games where you can control. Oh, the game crashed. Well, folks,
Oh.
that's actually the end of it. Because the
still gonna play
whole
this.
game crashed.
We did it.
Please wait. Something went wrong with this gamer app. Reporting this error to SIE helps improve.
That did happen to me earlier too. I gotta say,
game-
I've seen like reports of bugs on PC that are worse, but yeah, this also happened to me earlier on PS5.
Game broke. Fuck. Max. Verstappen.
Oh. No.
Like
I didn't read this.
Verstappen. Max
Don't watch
Max,
this
don't
video.
look. Max, don't.
Close your eyes.
Max, don't
Everyone
don't
watches
watch
video
Max.
except
You can't
Max.
look at
Stop
this one. Okay, accepted report. An error, probably because I swore.
Oh yeah.
Well, folks, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody, on this episode of First Byte. That's gonna definitely not be a nightmare to edit for me.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Nikki.
You can watch. I think another
be
one is.
smooth.
I think another one is coming out tomorrow.
They're recording it right now. Oh,
They're recording it right now for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So if you are interested in that game that apparently has not come out yet, you should watch that one right here on the YouTube channel. And otherwise, we will be back with another not another F1 video, probably not on the channel, but another First Byte another time in the future.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.